me, I'm looking at yesterday's game, and it gave me one type of optimism, is that they are capable of winning these type of games. Right. Now, to your point, Danny-O, is obviously we want to see, can they do it on the road? They're a completely different team on the road than at home. And also, when you start to say, for Kansas City, it was a little questionable that the receivers wasn't getting as open and having Patrick to have as many completions that he did have, and he lacked on that.
Well, since we're here, I think the first thing that's most important to say is this. You talked about the Buffalo Bills and how they win at home.
Yeah.
That's not the Cowboys who usually lose at home. So let's just get out that way. Let's just get out that way first, okay? That's what they usually do. I'm talking about playoff time. You know, they're usually down the block, and you got people in this beautiful, immaculate facility. It's off the chain, and you got people that show up here whenever they get a chance to show up here in January, and they leave here crying because their team disappointed them. That's what we're used to, okay?
Yeah. The Bills don't do that.
The Bills don't do that.
Fans don't do that.
The Bills don't do that. The Bills don't do that for the most part. But they have lost at home to Patrick Mahomes. I'm not going to overblow this. Best team in the AFC, hell no. I'm not going to say that. Disappointed in the coach yesterday. We'll get into all of that.
Yeah.
Denver is balling. We'll see what happens. Look at this guy right here. See what they're trying to do with my hairline?
Oh, that's not
see that?
nice. That's not nice.
Hey, man.
Listen,
Hey, man.
it's hilarious. That's
You
hilarious.
gotta flip it. You gotta flip it. You gotta flip it. You gotta flip it.
There you go. That's not nice.
No. You can't sit in this seat. You can't sit in this seat and not take it. Damn it, I might look that way in a few years. I ain't there yet. But I am chasing. I know I'm chasing George Jefferson. I know it, okay? But I'm holding on, y'all. I'm holding on. Here's the deal.
Looking like the dad from Family Matters.
That's still not a bad-looking brother. I'm
Big
still
guy.
good. You know what I'm saying? I'm still good.
He's
I'm
got
still
a
good.
cowboy hat on.
Here's the deal. You know what I'm saying? So here's the deal, y'all. When you look at the Buffalo Bills, you can't say they're the best team in the AFC. We can't say that yet. Colts was a disappointing yesterday, but that's an aberration.
So who's the best team in your eyes?
I think when you look at the Colts, I even think Kansas City, because they're 4-0 against Buffalo in the playoffs. Playoffs ain't here yet. I don't care what happens. Yes, this is a regular season game. Okay, that happens. Denver, the way that they're looking, I mean, we got to pay attention to all of that. So I'm not willing to give them that. What I will say is this: give them props, because Kansas City has had a psychological edge on Buffalo because of what they've done to them come playoff time. Anytime you get an opportunity to get your hands on Kansas City, if you're Buffalo, if you exploit that opportunity and you take advantage of it like they did yesterday, then that's a plus. But it's still, if they face them in the playoffs again, do we think that Patrick Mahomes is going to complete less than 50% of his passes? No. Do we think that he's going to go 3 straight incompletions to end the game? No. Do we think that?
Yeah,
we know better than that.
Here's the
we
point.
know better than that.
And this is why yesterday matters. If Kansas City has to go to Buffalo in the playoffs, you think they can win, right?
Yes.
If Buffalo has to go to Kansas City, I don't think they can. That's why yesterday matters so much.
I'm not saying it doesn't matter. I'm saying they ain't the best team in the AFC, number one and number two. You don't know if they'll lose in Buffalo come playoff time because of the psychological advantage Kansas City's had.
They didn't lose at all last year at home, Buffalo.
No.
They've lost once in the last 2 years at home.
I'm talking about, do you have total faith that they would beat Kansas City at home with Patrick Mahomes on the opposite side of the sideline? I'm saying I don't believe that. I don't know that.
If this Buffalo team is healthy and they're at home, I would take Buffalo.
If anybody could do it, Josh Allen could do it, but the other parts that work with him, you got a cat like Kincaid dropping the ball right through his hands. Anything can happen with these guys. You got to
Buffalo
pay that.
matches up well
That's what I'm
versus
saying.
Kansas City. They don't match up well versus like an Indy or a New England who want to pound the football, or even Baltimore.
Right.
But they got to be at home.
When you look at the dynamic, Buffalo Bills were built to beat Kansas City.
Correct.
Right?
Justifiably so.
Unfortunately, I don't think that that's going to be the matchup that we get. You got an Indianapolis Colts team that had, one of their worst performances all year. You got the New England Patriots, who I do want to believe in Drake May.
Yeah.
Right? But his postseason credibility is still something that has the biggest question mark of them all.
Because he hasn't been there.
Correct. You got the Denver Broncos and Bo Nix.
Yeah.
You have so many different options that can hang out. You got Justin Herbert and the Los Angeles Chargers. So many different things that you got to come to the realization, okay, best team right now, it could be anybody. But I don't think that there's another team in the NFL who wants to play the Kansas City Chiefs home or away.
Well, here's the deal. Last point, Shay. This is the 5th straight time Buffalo has beaten Kansas City in regular season.
Yeah.
You have any idea how psychologically debilitating it is to beat a team 5 straight in the regular season, But when it counts most and you one and done and the playoffs are on the line, you lose 0 for 4. You lose to them all 4 times. Think about that for a second here. You beat them 5 straight. Kansas City could have walked off that field yesterday, looked at Buffalo and went like this, same old, same old. We'll see y'all come playoff time. They could have done it because history has shown they got your number when it counts most. That's all I'm saying. Can't ignore that.
Look, at the end of the day, what this is going to come down to is what happens in the postseason. And that's unfortunate for both of these teams. They can be good, bad, doesn't matter who they play when they play against each other. That's the most important. Let's go to an NFC matchup that unfortunately was disappointing for those that live in the for those that are Commanders fans. They lost big to the Seahawks, 38-14. The